Good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Hemsworth, and you're here today for a caterer.com catch up with Abbie Hart, who's the founder of the Female Hospitality Network. Hi, Abbie.
Hi.
It's great to have you on board. I want to just say at the start of this that I really appreciate you taking the time out because I know that your baby is due in 10 days?
Yeah.
Oh, but you look fantastic. Are you keeping well?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's obviously it's been a bit of a roller coaster of everything that's kind of happened this year, but one thing that I'm really grateful for is during this time I'm expecting my first child. So yeah, and I've had a really easy up to now pregnancy. So yeah, no, I'm good.
Fantastic. Now, for those that don't know you, tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the Female Hospitality Network. Let's start with you first.
Yeah, so basically I have a hospitality recruitment company, which I founded about 3 years ago now. Before that, the start of my journey was I started at quite a young age in the hospitality industry, working pot washing when I was like 13. Went through kind of the school and everything else, went to uni. Through uni, like a lot of us, we're all in like the events industry, bar sector, kind of hospitality, working in restaurants. And I'd always loved the industry, so it was kind of what I did throughout university. Came back, finished uni, like a lot of grads, thought, I don't really want to do anything that's to do with my degree, which was more on the education and like policy and politics side. So I went into conferencing and events. I then went internally into a hotel, working in the event side of things. I think like a lot of people, I really got to a point where I love the industry, but I didn't really know what direction to go in. And a recruiter phoned me up and said, I've got this other wedding and events job. Are you interested? And I said, I fancy doing something a bit different. He said, well, come in and see me. I've got a hospitality recruitment position available. Went in, got offered the job, did quite a bit of time with her. And then I thought, for a few years, why not try it for myself? So, obviously set up my own business. And then that really led into why the network started, because during the process, I was having conversations with females and, I wouldn't say there's a lack and shortage of, females within hospitality events, even the travel sector and tourism sector. I think it's the gap that is from the middle to senior level management for a number of reasons. And I kind of felt like, is there an organisation out there that can help bridge the gap on this? And also, a space where they can increase their confidence and skill set. So decided to, set up a bit of a side hustle, I suppose. And yeah, I set up the network.
So tell me a little bit about the Female Hospitality Network. Who's it for, aims and objectives?
Yes, so we are a network organisation that is for females across hospitality, travel, events, tourism, so anything that's kind of connected to the sector, and that can also be any position that comes across that. So obviously for myself, I didn't work directly in the industry, I was technically a supplier to the sector, so it can cover all areas. And our main objectives are to offer, a platform for personal and professional development. So that aims to inspire, develop, connect, and, offer something that you potentially couldn't get from the workplace, but through, being around like-minded other professionals, that you can learn and take something back personally and professionally to your organisation. And obviously during COVID, our model changed quite substantially because we were technically only live events networking every single month. That's then obviously completely stopped, to thinking what else can we do outside of that to offer continued support. So yeah, that's currently what the network is at the minute.
So I know it says FHN, UK and USA. So today Manchester, tomorrow the world.
Yeah.
So, how do the two link up, the UK, USA?
Yeah, so that, that's kind of a story in itself really, but as we set up the network in Manchester back in 2018 when we launched, the outreach across the UK was quite substantial. So we had women reach out in another location that said, this is brilliant, I need something like this, I'd love to, be connected, can you join if you're not in Manchester? So we decided to gradually roll out the UK side of things and hosting and building boards in every location that then hosted a live event every month or quarter. I love New York. I've got a connection. A few years ago I did try and move over there, but that didn't work out, unfortunately. But I always love the city. I go back and I thought, I'm just going to put something out into the universe that, it'd be amazing to set up in America. And I had someone reach out to me, connected with a couple of females in Manhattan, and ended up building a bit of a profile that enabled us to build a board over in New York. And then I flew over last September. So we set up the New York chapter. And I think from that was another outreach for all of the locations, which at the moment being online enables us to offer this support to everyone. So it was quite a jump, but it's amazing the power of when females do come together. And it was obviously needed and is needed for, the females in the sectors.
What do you think? I've been all over your website and had a look at. What do you think your membership gets out of being part of the network? What are the benefits to them?
Yeah, so I mean, even for me personally, and I am quite vocal about this, is, everybody has something that they want to work on. And I think, education and learning and development enable you to get where you want to be. And I think for us, being part of the membership connects you and puts you as part of a community, not just in the UK, but everywhere else. But alongside that, you're able to have life coaching. We've got a personal development school, we've got a careers corner, there's a wellness area that we're built into it, but we're also looking at partnerships with other companies as well for the wellness side. So being part of the membership can be, because you as an individual want to have professional growth, and also, of course, if your employer is happy to actually cover the cost of the membership as well, even better. But you're part of a support network and something that you can just go to and that is accessible anywhere, basically, because you've got your phone, you can access it at the members lounge, we've got videos on there, masterclasses. So that's what you get from being part of it. It's an investment for you.
Do your dog want to join in? Because every so often it sounds like he's having a little bark out there.
Oh no, he's not here.
He sounds like, hello, I'm here. Want to be in this? Very strange. I'm waiting for mine to start barking. So membership. So picking up on what you said about membership. So if I was a member of the network and I had a challenge at work, would the FHN be a good forum to raise that and get some sort of advice back from other members on how I might approach this problem or how I might do something that would help my career?
Yeah, of course, that's a really good question. So in terms of it, from our side of things, it's definitely that's a key thing. So we constantly highlight that it's a safe space. So we do have a private members group as well that you can ask, from support from other females alongside, come to our board of directors and say, I've got this obstacle or I've got this the thing I want to overcome. Is there someone that can either help me with a support session and we can look at doing something like that, or just general advice? And then also for next year, we're just starting the process of the mapping, but we want to put in a mentorship program as well across the UK. So that's something that we're currently looking to develop. So, if you're looking for support that isn't just, through the membership, you will have a direct contact that you'd be able to have from the mentorship side of things as well.
I think mentorship is so important for women developing within hospitality. It's one of those things that you think, yeah, I had a mentor, I'm sure you had a mentor, and the value that they bring is incredible. And they kind of get where you're at in your career and what the problems might be because they face them too.
Yeah, I think it's about having people around you, and whether it's that one person, through a mentor or a group of women that have either been through situations that you're going through or, might be at a similar stage and think, oh gosh, you know what, I actually wanted to maybe share something as well, but I didn't have the confidence to put something in the group, because not everyone's vocal when they're wanting to maybe develop themselves because they see it as a weakness. And one of the great things about even the life coaching side of things that we do, is to be vocal, to not feel that you're not good enough for something, because at the end of the day there are solutions out there to be able to help you. And I know that people often make continuous comparisons of themselves to others when the power of social media, often you can feel unworthy of certain things. And I think, I said it recently on one of the network slides, but we often compare ourselves, our chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20, and I think comparison can be a real killer. But if you're aware that there's other people in the same position, you'll feel comfortable, and I think that's what we want to enforce within the network. It's okay to want to work on yourself, and yeah, that's what we're about basically.
I think COVID also, and the long furlough period, has given a lot of women an opportunity to reflect on their careers, where they want to go with their careers. And the opportunity to talk about the network for me was quite important, because there are probably an awful lot of women out there at the moment who are about to become redundant, or who are seriously considering a job change, or who are finding it difficult just to get back into the workplace and not feel anxiety and stress because of all the changes. I mean, we're expecting more changes later today, which I think will directly affect your area. And I'm in Scotland, so we had ours last week. And I think for women out there, the network is a good place to be, or to find that kind of camaraderie, if you like, and also as support.
Yeah, no, it is. And I think a lot of people have been severely shaken by what is happening. They're questioning, who they are. We actually had a blog piece go out today that I'd wrote about, who do you want to be? And I think during this time, it's very questionable that, no matter what career journey or path you're on, you often have knocks, let alone there being a world, pandemic in the middle of that. So I think it's about knowing that, I appreciate everything is completely unpredictable at the moment, but there are certain things in your life that you are able to control of. And I think that within that is the power of having people around you that, are also able to share how they're feeling, but give advice, and provide you with some development, during this time. Whether it's the Female Hospitality Network or any other organisation, that's, by the by. But as long as I think you should be able to reach out to people, and I definitely say during this time, find an area of support for yourself, because you're not alone, and you can often feel like that.
How did COVID, I mean, you have a whole live events part, it's a very important part of the network. How did COVID impact on that, and how have you overcome it?
Yeah, I think when it first happened, again, we didn't really know what to do. We just knew we had to do something, and of course, not being able to, hold events. And not only that, a lot of our ambassadors for the network are actually in the events industry. So my first thought was, okay, we can't hold events, but what can we do to help support them during this time? We actually did our first hybrid event 2 weeks ago, where we did a panel session with some professionals over in Leeds. So I think obviously the way that the sector and shift will happen with the online and the hybrid, we're constantly going to be developing. But the main effect that it had is it threw us into offering free sessions online, doing everything that we could to make the females in the industry feel they had a go-to. As much as a lot of people are, zoomed out, I think it's going to be the way of the world, at least for the next 6 to 12 months on some levels. So, we brainstormed, and I thought, well, and for me, obviously the timing of having a baby and launching the membership in the same month was a bit stressful, but I was thankful, even, for my situation, that I thought, what can we do to help others? So not having COVID affect us has cleared the way for something new for us to be able to support the women. Yeah.
So it's that thing of and it's a pivot if you have to. think that's a very powerful thing. And taking everything online is the future for now. It's the way we're going to be doing things for quite some time to come, I think.
Yeah,
So,
but again, it doesn't take away, does it, the live interaction? You know, it's what hospitality is about. It's one of the best industries in the world, as is events and travel. And I think, you know, everything that's going on at the moment, it is a shame that we've had to, we have been the worst affected, but at the same time, we do look forward to when we can do it in a safe environment for everybody and have that connection.
one of the things we talked about was when we were sort of having a chat before we recorded was about imposter syndrome and how women in hospitality sometimes can feel that they have, I have, you have. What would you say about that whole topic for women in the industry?
Oh gosh, yes, massive topic. I suffer quite, you know, greatly from that, and again, most recently, I think I've been quite vocal about it. That, you know, it's that doubt, it's that procrastination, which it generally does lead to, and I think you know you question everything that you're doing. The biggest thing I think that I can say to the females out there is that you are good enough to do these things, and I think imposter syndrome, that is a real underlining issue where we don't feel that we are good enough, that there's always someone else that does something better, you know, that is better at this, better at that, or, you know, and we want to be able to support that. And I think when you have a group around you that all suffer with similar things, it makes it easier to, I don't know, I think take them steps forward because you're also doing it with other people. And, you know, I'm not saying you're being babysat, you know, but it's about holding each other's hand and saying, you know what, oh my God, that's what I feel. And sometimes I think when you do suffer from imposter syndrome, you do feel like you are the only one. And especially during a time where we're isolated and, you know, a lot of people are working from home. If, for example, you're in, you know, a sales and marketing position within the sector and you can work from home with hospitality and events, you do feel isolated, but you don't have to be. And I think if you're having these thoughts, you know, I'd say just please drop an email and we'll see what we can do to support you.
Fantastic. The other thing we talked about was redundancies. Obviously, at the moment, the political landscape is changing practically by the minute. There are going to be more announcements today, which I think will result in redundancies. For women who are facing that prospect, what can the network do for them? What should they do? Should they get in touch?
Yeah, so I think at the moment a lot of talk is around using new transferable skills. I mean, some of the comments that Rishi's made, I don't necessarily think we're too correct. And you've got a lot of people who have trained for years to do specific things that, you know, are going to have to sector shift. However, if you feel that, you know, you need this support, we're looking at doing an actual session for everyone, a free session over the next month or so for redundancy and transferring skills into other sectors. So there'll be more on that. I'm just looking for a couple of partners and I'm just having conversations about that. So we're looking at putting an online session, you know, where you can come on, get tips and tricks for, you know, how to really maximise on also selling yourself, because you can appreciate there's people being made redundant that have got certain skill sets, moving, trying to find something in the sectors, other sectors, but there's now a candidate overload. You know, we've had many problems with people applying for jobs with thousands of applications for one position. But alongside that, I think it's important to remember who you are. And within that comes, I think, just finding a little bit of internal strength. So there's the other side of the emotional well-being support that we offer. So it's a two-sided coin, but I definitely feel that if anyone that's watching this has got any you know, concerns or just wants to ask any questions, and then we can give information about the session we're going to do, just please reach out to us.
Fantastic. Finally, because I know you're a very busy lady, top tips for anyone thinking about joining the network or just generally women in the industry at this time?
I think my number one top tip, and it again, this isn't a plug for the network, it you know, and I know obviously a lot of the people watching this will be within the industry, but so just surround yourself either with a group, a networking, a group that you can access, or, you know, a friend that might be in the industry, just talk to people. I think communication during this time for, our own, personal and professional development alongside our mental health is so important. And I think what we can end up doing is going into a little bit of a dark place, really. So I definitely say talk about how you're feeling, because believe me, everyone is in the same, in some way, in a similar position. I'd also say have a little bit of patience right now, because I think people, it's one of them, when you've done something for so long, or you knew what your path or ambition was of something, an industry that you were so passionate about finding a job, is we're all halted right now. The world has stopped on so many levels, that during this time, try and find something that you enjoy doing. Simple as, spending more time going out walking, reading a book, the small things in life. I think just try and appreciate the small things and that's what I'm trying to do for myself as well.
That's really good advice. Abbie, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. I just want to thank you so much for that, and wish you every good wishes for next week.
Thank you. I feel like I need it.
Everything goes well. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay, speak soon. Bye.
Bye.